The Harvest of Holloway's Patch.
I don't know why I'm recording this. Maybe I just need to get this out before it eats me alive. Every Halloween, I've always loved taking Emily to Holloway's pumpkin patch just outside of Willow Creek. It's just one of those traditions that makes this town feel like home. This year seemed no different. Families were out in force, cider was flowing, and the pumpkin patch was packed with people carving away. But this year, it just wasn't right. There was this weird tension in the air. Like we'd all just walked into something we weren't meant to be part of. Some of the pumpkins they started oozing this strange, thick black liquid. People thought it was some kind of rot or like maybe a joke by the farm owners, Halloween. But the smell, oh God, I'll never forget that smell. It was like sharp and sour, decay mixed with something sweet and sticky. The pumpkins weren't just rotting; they were sick, or worse. Emily found one that was big, perfectly round, and unnaturally smooth. She said it felt like it was moving. I laughed it off at first, thinking she was just excited. But when I touched it, I could feel the faint pulsing beneath the skin, like a slow, rhythmic heartbeat. I brushed it off, convincing myself it was nothing but my imagination. We carried it over to the barn to carve it, just like we do every year, along with all the other families who had picked up their pumpkins. The barn was filled with the sounds of laughter and carving, and soon dozens of faces were taking shape on the pumpkins all around us. But as more pumpkins were getting cut open, the heaviness started to settle over us. The kids went quiet, and all of us adults started glancing at each other as if we felt it, but no one wanted to say anything. And then the lights in the barn went out. And at first, everyone thought it was just a power outage, just some bad timing. But then the air grew really thick and still, like it was pressing down on us. Then I heard it, a heartbeat. It was slow and steady, like something huge and living pulsing in the dark. Someone screamed and we all looked, and I swear it wasn't just fear. It was like they could feel something crawling at them from inside. Emily held on to me, and I could feel her whole body trembling. I tried to calm her down, to say it was just a prank or a trick of the lights, but I couldn't even convince myself. The heartbeat, it grew louder, and the pumpkins, they started to change. I watched as our pumpkin, Emily's pumpkin, twisted, inflating and deflating like something was alive inside of it, struggling to get out. The first pumpkin had bursted open, and this black ooze poured out, along with something else, like a hand, I guess you could call it. It was twisted and bony, and it clawed its way out of the pumpkin split skin. It had a face we carved, but it was twisted, deformed, and its eyes like glue in the dark, just fixing on us. Panic hit the crowd, but it was like everyone was paralyzed. No one could run, and we were just trapped there, frozen as more pumpkins cracked open and these things started to pull themselves free, crawling onto the barn floor. And then I saw something that it's gonna haunt me until the day I die. The creature in Emily's pumpkin, it turned toward her and spoke. It said her name in this low guttural voice that I can't get out of my head. Her face went slack and her grip on me loosened as if she was just under some kind of spell. I yelled at her to look at me, to snap out of it, but I could see in her eyes, they went dark, empty. She was gone, as if something had sucked the life right out of her. My memory after that's hazy. I remember screaming, watching more people drop to the ground as the creatures pulled themselves out of their pumpkins, creeping towards their carvers like they belonged to them. I woke up the next morning, this morning, on the floor of the barn. I was surrounded by chunks of pumpkin and pools of that black ooze. Emily was gone, and so was everyone else. It was like they had all been wiped clean out of existence. I searched the barn, I searched the fields, even the road back into town. There was nothing. No footprints, no voices, no sign that anyone had been there but me. I even went to the police, and of course, they just gave me those looks like I was crazy. I knew they wouldn't believe me, but I have to do something. Someone has to know, right? I took the only thing left behind in that barn, which was a single small pumpkin with a face carved into it. One I don't recall seeing anyone make. It was staring at me when I woke up, and the smell of that black liquid is still fresh on it. I don't know why I took it, but I couldn't have just left it. Here I am staring at it, and I can feel it watching me, pulsing in the dark, as if it's waiting for Halloween to come around again.